welcome to my first video. This is very strange. I'm used to talking to a large group of people, and at the moment I'm sat in my studio talking to myself. Anyway, let's have a little go. So the main reasons why I'm doing obviously online tutorials is to just make sure everyone's keeping fit, keeping healthy at home. Please feel free to send me any requests. If there's anything specific you want to work on, let me know and I can add it into some sort of routine for you. The main one today is core. I'm going to be working on activating the core, getting a little bit stronger, whether that's for yoga, for CrossFit, for pole dancing fitness, anything. The core is so important, and we can literally do this anywhere. As long as you have a space at home where you can lay down on a mat like myself, or a towel, anything that you feel comfortable to use, that's absolutely fine. My online classes, my online tutorials are all free. However, I'm self-employed, as I'm sure a lot of you are. If you are still receiving a salary and you're working from home, I would greatly appreciate some sort of donation. Once all this time has passed, I'm hoping to get back to my group classes where I can actually see you, and I'm going to try and carry on with these online tutorials, and money then will be obviously donated to charity. At this stage in the economy, the charity is me. Anyway, I will give you details for any sort of contribution, any donation you want to make. That will be absolutely fine. If you are at home and you're thinking, well, I'm not working anyway, I'm not making any money, please watch the video, it's absolutely fine. Please don't think that if you can't give a donation that you need to. So just whatever you can would be absolutely great. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to put my hair up because otherwise it's going to get in my way, and we'll see how we get on. See you in a minute. Okay, everybody. So we're going to start in a cross-leg position. If cross-leg isn't comfortable for you, just feel free to take the legs out in front of you. Just any sort of position where you're comfortable. What we want to do is sit up nice and tall and just allow as much oxygen to get to the lungs as possible. Take the hands out towards the knees. This is called a mudra, forefinger and thumb together. You can either have the palms facing up or the palms facing down. It's completely up to you. What I want you to do is just try and close down the eyes. We're just going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, really filling up the tummy with air, and then exhaling through the nose, drawing your navel towards your spine. And again, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. Exhale through the nose, drawing the navel to spine. And again, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the nose, drawing the navel to spine. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. We're going to bring the hands together into prayer. And we're going to start our practice today by gently bowing forwards to one another. Namaste, everybody. Okay, staying down on the mat. We're just going to gently drop the head down to the right hand side, so taking the head down to the right. And if it feels comfortable to do so, just applying a little bit of gentle pressure onto the side of the head. Bringing the head back into the centre, taking it down to the left. And again, applying some gentle pressure onto that head. Bring the head back into the centre, taking the chin down towards the chest. And again, applying some gentle pressure onto the back of the head. And then bringing that head back into a neutral position. We're going to roll those shoulders back 2 or 3 times. And we're going to start as we inhale. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest, and we're going to look up to the ceiling as we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to take the chin down to the chest, give yourself a lovely double or treble chin if you're anything like me. Roll the hands forwards, and we're going to roll those shoulders forwards. Now really push your back, push those shoulders out behind you. We're going to inhale, lifting back up, looking up to the ceiling, push those shoulders away, and exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And then coming back back into a neutral spine position, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take the hands to the knees and we're going to move around to some circular motions. Now if that feels a little bit unsteady, take the hands down onto the mat and roll around. This is called drunken sailor. I can imagine why. And then we're going to change the direction, try and make these circles as big as possible. Now what we've done so far, sitting down on the mat in a cross-leg position, is great for posture. If anybody finds themselves working at a desk, it's really nice to keep that posture nice, keep working on those shoulders, keep rolling those shoulders back. So we stand up nice and tall, keeping our posture nice. Okay, we're going to roll over into a tabletop position. So coming into a hands and knees position. Tabletop, we want the hands to be directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to spread the fingers out on your mat. We've got the knees stacked underneath those hips. Now from here, really important to work on the wrists. A lot of the time with yoga, we spend a lot of time in plank, downward facing dog. If you've done my classes before, you know how often we do downward facing dog. So we really need to make sure that the wrists are ready. Gently rocking back and forward. Now keep the hands pressed down, keep the fingers spread out on your mat, and just take this as far as you feel comfortable. If the range doesn't feel like you want to take those shoulders past the wrist, don't. Just work on your own range. We're trying to keep those hands flat, and we're just warming up those wrists. Nice, everyone. That doesn't sound weird saying it to nobody. Well done at home, I'm sure you're doing a very good job. And then from here, we're going to turn the fingertips to face towards the edge of your mat, and you're going to rock your whole body from left to right. So we're still working on those wrists, but we're taking it down into the glutes as well. And then back into a neutral position with those hands facing forwards. Going back to our cat-cow like we did in the warm-up when we were sat cross-legged. We're going to inhale. Now lift up through the tailbone. Push the shoulders away from the body. We're going to look up to the ceiling. As we exhale, take the chin down. Push the shoulder blades up and really tuck that tailbone under. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. We've still got those hands down on the mat. We've got those fingers spread out. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. And then coming back into a neutral spine position. We're going to tuck your toes under. And we're going to lift up into our first downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, thinking about an inverted V shape. We're pushing the head towards the knees, and we can relax the legs if you want to. So a little bend in the knees is absolutely fine. And we're going to start to pedal those legs out. So just encouraging the opposite heel down to the floor behind you. On an inhale, we're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to look towards the hands. As we exhale, we're going to step that right foot down in between the hands, or as close to the hands as you can go. And we're going to bring the left leg to join. So nice and slowly. On an inhale, come all the way up into a standing position. Gently looking forward, take those arms all the way up. Oh, I'm looking directly into the light, that's not good. Exhale down to your heart center. And again, inhale, lift. Try not to look directly at the light. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. So take the arms as wide as you can. Soften the knees, and we're going to take the hands down to the floor in front of you. Now what I want you to do, gently shaking the head from left to right, and just relax the head down towards the knees. Now a little bend in the knees is absolutely fine. You take this as far as you feel comfortable to go. We're going to take the hands towards the knees or your thighs. We're going to inhale, we're going to look forwards, and we're going to exhale back into that forward fold. And again, shaking the head out, releasing any tension from the neck. Now take the hands down. We're going to step back with your left foot, and we're going to step back with your right foot. So we're back into a plank position. Now with your plank, nice and strong through the body. Keep those fingers spread out on the mat, and we're pushing up through the arms. Now we're dropping the bum low. Be careful you're not up here. I see this quite a lot. This is not plank. It's not even a downward facing dog. I don't know what it is. Bring the bum nice and low. If it gets too much, just drop the knees down. It's absolutely fine. Now we're going to inhale through the nose. As we exhale, drop the knees. We're going to keep the elbows close to the body. We're going to exhale, coming down onto your chest. Untuck those toes. And we're going to inhale, lifting into a cobra. Now as you lift into cobra, keep the elbows tucked into the side of the body. Squeeze the glutes, protect that lower back. Exhale down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale.
exhale down. We're going to tuck those toes under. We're going to make our way back into a down facing dog. We're going to pedal those legs out again. We're going to inhale, lifting the left leg up to the ceiling. As we exhale, looking towards the hands, step that left foot through. Bring the right leg to join it. And on an inhale, nice and slowly, coming all the way up into a standing position. Take those arms up overhead, looking up. Exhale down through heart center. And again, inhale, lift. Hopefully you've got a bit more room than I have. Exhale, take the arms wide. Dropping the hands down. Soften the knees if you need to. Take the hands to the knees. We're going to inhale, looking forwards. Exhale, back down. Take the hands down, bend the knees, shake the head. We're going to step back with your right foot. Stepping back with your left foot. We're back into our plank position. We're going to hold it for a couple of breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose if you can. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, drop the knees down. Keep the elbows tucked to the side of the body. Exhale, coming down onto the chest. Untuck those toes. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We're going to make our way back into tabletop. So coming back into a tabletop position. Now from here, we're going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. Slightly different version this time. So as we inhale, we're looking forwards, we're looking back up through the tailbone. We're going to exhale, take the chin down towards the chest. Now this time, we're going to push your feet, push the shins down into the mat. We're going to try and lift the knees up. So we're getting a little bit more extension through the shoulders and a little bit more down into the lower spine while we're tucking the lower, the tailbone under. So as we exhale, gently push. We're looking down towards the knees. We're going to lower the knees as we inhale, looking forwards, allow the tummy to drop down, lifting back up through the tailbone. And again, exhale round, take the chin down, push the feet in, try and lift those knees back up. And again, inhale, looking forwards, lifting back up through the tailbone. Exhale round, push those feet down, lift up those knees if you can, really push down through those arms, and then make your way back into tabletop. And maybe gently swaying the tailbone from left to right, just making sure you're not holding any tension in the lower back. Because we'll be down on the hands, they might feel a little bit sore, so maybe bring the hands closer to the body. Don't put too much pressure through the wrists. We're tucking the hands towards the knees and gently rocking them back and forth. And then turning the hands so it's palms facing down, your fingertips are facing towards your body. Tuck those toes under as well and gently sink back. So we're adding a little bit of a foot stretch and we're stretching out those wrists as well. And tuck those toes. Sit back onto the heels, take the hands in front of you, and we're just flicking out the hands. Give them a little shake. We're going to take the hands to the side of you. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the arms up. We're going to look up to the hands. And we're going to exhale down. On your next inhale, if it's comfortable to do so, we're going to lift them onto the knees. Inhale, looking up. Exhale down. And again, inhale, lift. Looking straight into a light. That's quite annoying. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Well done, everyone. Making your way back down into a tabletop position. We're going to start working on a little bit of core work. Just take this far as you feel comfortable to go. Because it's a video, what I will tend to do is probably do a little bit more than I would normally do in a class environment. And again, you take this to your own pace. The best thing about working on the core, I think, in a sort of yoga environment is the control element. So the breath work is so important. Try not to rush it, try and slow it down. Okay, let's get started. We're going to take the right leg out behind you. We're going to bend your right leg first of all. So we've got that foot pointing up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to inhale, looking forwards. We're going to push that right leg up as high as you can. Keep the bend in the leg. As we exhale, nice and slowly, we're going to bring your right knee through, and you can either drop the head down and maybe give your knee a little kiss, and then we're going to inhale, looking forwards, pushing that right leg back up. Exhale, round. Bringing that knee back in. Inhale, lift, looking forwards. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. We're going to straighten your right leg out behind you this time. And we're going to do some little pulses with that right leg. Now we're not lifting the leg really high, we're not doing anything like this. We're doing nice controlled pulses. Looking forwards, pushing down equally through those hands. And we're going to do about 10 to 20.
Now staying with that right leg out behind you, we're going to reach forwards now with your left arm. So opposite arm to leg, we're reaching forwards. Now this may be challenging enough, you may just want to stay here. Look down onto the mat, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. If you want to make this more challenging, inhale through the nose, and as we exhale, nice and slowly, right knee's coming to that left elbow. Inhale, reach, exhale through. Inhale, reach, exhale through. Breathing slows this down. Make the movement last the inhale. Make this movement last your exhale. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. And exhale through. Last inhale, reaching forwards. Hold that position. We're going to bend your right leg. Now the option here is to take that left hand around to the left hand side, and we're trying to find that foot. If you've got hold of the foot, an option is to look over the left shoulder. Try and lift that leg higher. Keep breathing. Placing that left hand down. We're going to straighten that right leg out behind you. We're going to place the toes at the back of your mat. Now from here, looking down to the mat, we're going to push into that right heel. So we're working on that right hamstring, and we're going to try and lift up that left knee. So we're dropping the head down towards the left knee. We're still pushing through the arms. We're getting a nice stretch through the shoulders, but we're mainly working on that right hamstring. From here, we're going to take your left knee back down onto the mat. We're going to take your left foot out to the left-hand side. So we're making a little bit of a base with that left hand and the left leg. We're going to move our weight into the left hand, left knee. Keep that right leg straight, right foot's down. And we're going to lift that right arm up to the ceiling. And then from here, bring your right arm forwards. So we're reaching that right arm down towards your right ear. We're looking underneath the right arm and we're looking up to the ceiling. From here, the option to make it a little bit more challenging is to try and lift your right leg up off the mat. Now what we want to do is a nice straight line down the side of the body. So all the way from my hand, all the way down the arm, all the way down the side of my body to that right heel. The option is to stay here. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to bring your right knee towards your right elbow in front of you. So we're going to inhale, exhale, nice and slowly. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Well done, keep going. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Last one. Inhale, reach. And exhale through. We're going to straighten the arm, straighten the leg one more time. We're going to bend your right leg. Take this hand behind you towards the foot or ankle. Gently roll that right shoulder up, and we're looking up to the ceiling. We're opening up through that heart chakra. We're going to inhale, release the right leg, take that right arm back up. And exhale, placing it down onto your mat. Take the knees a little bit wider, so take the knees to the width of the mat. We're going to push back into child pose. We're going to take it into some circular motions. So we're working through those hip joints, working still through those wrists, keep those hands spread out, and then swapping directions. Nice. Okay, let's go back into our tabletop position. So we're going to take that left leg out behind us this time, swapping sides, reaching forwards with the right hand. The option is to stay here if you want to add movement. Inhale through the nose as we exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Okay, back into our tabletop. Let's swap sides. So we'll take that left leg out behind us this time, got that left leg nice and straight. Now I'm going to start with some little pulses with that left leg. It's very easy to try and sort of, for them to get a little bit wild. We want to try and keep them as controlled as possible. Well, we're going to do 5 more. Perfect. We're going to bend that leg this time. Foot's pointing upwards. As we inhale, looking forwards, pushing that left leg up. As we exhale, nice and slowly, bringing the knee into the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift.
exhale round. Inhale, lift. And exhale round. Taking that left leg out behind you, we're going to straighten the left leg this time, and we're going to reach forwards with your right hand. The option is to stay here, just looking down. If you want to add movement, inhale through the nose, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. One more. Inhale, reach. And exhale through. Inhale, reach forwards. We're going to try and bend that left leg, taking the right hand now to the right hand side, trying to find your foot. If you've got hold of the foot, we're going to look over the right shoulder and we're going to try and lift that leg a little bit higher. We're going to take this hand back down, right hand down, straighten the left leg. Place the toes at the back of your mat. Now looking down, we're pushing the head towards that right knee. We're lifting up that right knee and we're stretching that left hamstring. And place that right knee back down, taking the right foot out to the right hand side, and then moving your weight into the right hand, right knee, lifting that left arm up to the ceiling. And turn around to face you. That helps, doesn't it? You're going to bring that left arm towards your ear, so a nice straight line all the way down the side of the body. And then from here, the option is to lift that left leg up. We're still rolling that left shoulder back, looking up to the ceiling. The next part is optional. We're going to inhale through the nose. As you exhale, nice and slowly, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Inhale, reach. Exhale through. Well done. Inhale, reach. One more. We're going to inhale, reach. We're going to bend your left leg, taking this left hand behind you to the foot or ankle. Push the hips forward, roll that left shoulder back, and again we're looking up to the ceiling. We're rolling the left shoulder back, we're opening up through the chest. We're going to release your left leg, take that left arm back up, inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, back down into a tabletop position. Now in your tabletop, spread those fingers out, open those knees a little bit wider, maybe even to the width of your mat. We're going to push back into child pose. We're going to lift back up into tabletop. If it's comfortable for you to do so, you're going to drop those hips down and we're going to wave the body down. Keep those elbows tucked into the body. We're going to lift back up, back by a tabletop, back into child pose, lifting back up through the body. Nice, everyone. And then just making your way back into a tabletop. So we're back into our tabletop. We're going to tuck those toes under again, and we're going to make our way back into downward facing dog. Now, if you'd like to do something maybe a little bit more challenging, rather than going straight into downward facing dog, spread the fingers out on the mat, grab down onto the mat, so push those hands down, tuck the toes under, and we're just going to hover the knees and shins off. Now, as you hover the knees and shins off, really engage that lower core, so nice and deep breath in through the nose, fill the tummy up. And as you exhale, really draw the navel to spine. You should feel that core engage. We're going to take another nice deep breath in through the nose. As we exhale, nice and gently making your way into a downward facing dog. And again, maybe even pedaling those legs out. We're going to inhale, lifting the right leg up to the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to go into your split dog. Now we're squeezing that right heel towards that left glute, but we're pushing the head still towards that standing leg. So be careful the weight doesn't drop into that left hand. We want to be pushing equally through those hands. We're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. This time as we exhale, we're going to hug that right knee in towards the chest. We're going to make our way into a plank position. So drop that bum nice and low. Maybe again even giving that knee a little nose rub or a little kiss. We're going to inhale, kick it back out behind you. And again, exhale, hugging that knee back in. Inhale, kicking it back out. One more. Exhale, bringing it back in. Inhale, kicking it back out. This time I'm going to place your right foot down in between your hands. And nice and slowly, we're going to bend your right leg. And we're going to try and lift up into a high lunge. So pushing through the standing leg. Inhale, lift. Now we're keeping the right knee over that right foot. And we're going to lift up off your left heel. Now push that left heel back as if we're stretching out that hip. We're going to drop down into that right leg. We're going to inhale through the nose as we exhale. We're going to bring down hands down to heart center. We're going to inhale through the nose, lifting those arms back up. As we exhale, we're going to try and come down onto the mat on that left knee. We're going to inhale, untucking your left toe. We're going to exhale, bring the hands down. Frame that right foot. Maybe even walking that right foot forward slightly. Inhale, lifting up onto your fingertips, looking forward. Allow the hips to sink down towards the mat. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to straighten that right leg. We're going to drop the head down towards that right knee or shin. Lift the toes on the right foot if you want to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Placing that right foot flat, bending back into the right leg, allow those hips to drop forwards. Place your hands down, tuck that left toe under. We're going to lift up off your left knee, keep the left hand down. We're going to inhale, lifting that right arm up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bring it down, frame your right foot. We're going to step back into plank. Inhale through the nose, as you exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest. Untuck those toes, inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale down, and again, inhale, lift. Exhale down, tuck those toes under, make your way back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to stick with the right leg, so we're going to still stay with that right leg. Inhale, lifting up, exhale into split dog. Again, bending that knee, squeezing that heel towards the glute. Taking a nice deep breath in. This time as we exhale, we're going to take your right knee to your right elbow, so we're coming to the outside of the body. Inhale, back into your split dog, so open back up through the hip. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more. Inhale, picking it back up, open up through the hip. This time as we exhale, we're going to place your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Now keeping up off your left knee, keep that left hand down. We're going to inhale, take that right arm back up. Exhale, bringing it down. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, lifting the left leg. As we exhale, bending that knee into split dog. So squeezing this heel towards that right glute, pushing equally through the arms. Straighten the left leg, inhale through the nose. As you exhale, hug that left knee in towards the chest. Inhale, kicking it back out. Exhale, bringing it in. Inhale, kicking it out. Exhale, kicking it in. Last one. Inhale, kicking it back out. Placing that left foot down between the hands. And on an inhale, we're going to lift back up into your high lunge. We're going to exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. We're going to inhale, lift. As we exhale, nice and slowly, take that right knee down. Untuck the toes, bring the hands forwards. So move that left foot forwards. Inhale through the nose, allow those hips to sink down. And then exhale. We're going to drop the head down towards that left leg, straighten out that left leg, and lifting the toes on that left foot. Now place that left foot down, bending back into your left leg. Take those hands back, tuck the back toe under, lifting up off your right knee. Keep the right hand down. Inhale, take that left arm up. We're going to exhale, bringing it down. We're going to step back into plank. Inhale through the nose, as you exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift. Exhale down, and again, inhale, lift. Exhale down, tuck those toes under, and make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that left leg. Exhale into split dog. Inhale through the nose as you exhale, taking that left knee to left elbow. Inhale, kicking it back out into split dog. Exhale through. Inhale, kicking it back out into split dog. And again, exhale through. One more. Inhale, kicking it back out, opening up through the hip. As we exhale, we're going to place that left foot on the outside of your left hand. Keeping up off your right knee. Inhale, lifting that left arm up to the ceiling. We're looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing it down. We're going to step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, lifting up onto tiptoes. Exhale, sinking the heels down. And again, inhale, lifting onto tiptoes. Exhale, dropping the heels down. Last one, inhale, lifting onto tiptoes. As you exhale, drop the knees to the width of the mat. If you're comfortable, take those knees wider, bring the feet together. And we're going to reach forward, taking the forehead down onto the mat. And we're just having a moment down in your balasana or down in your child pose. Now in your child pose, depending on how you're feeling, if it's the shoulders that are feeling tight, if it's the neck that's feeling a little bit tight, and a lot of us work at home on a laptop, feel a bit of tension across the back of the neck. What I would do is reach the arms forwards, take the forehead down if you can, and then lift up onto your fingertips. So we're stretching the back of the arms, and feel free to move around in this position. I personally like to just rock the head from left to right, or maybe even sliding a hand underneath. And we're just reaching forwards with the opposite arm, maybe moving that hand over to the opposite side, just getting a nice stretch all down the side of the body. And then swapping sides. And then making your way back into child pose, reaching forwards. And if you're comfortable where you are, if the hips feel pretty comfortable, maybe take the knees a little bit wider, go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Keep trying to push the bottom back towards the heels. Try not to come forwards into your frog pose. We're sitting back and we're reaching forwards. Now you can use the hands, you can actually push back, so push your bum back to the heels to get a bit of a deeper stretch into the hips. Okay, we're going to inhale, we're going to make our way back into a tabletop. Ooh, legs don't feel quite right from staying in that position. Okay, we're going to tuck those toes under. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. And we're going to paddle those legs out again. We're going to inhale, lifting that right leg up to the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to bring your right knee to left elbow, so across the body. Inhale, kicking it back out behind you. And again, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, kicking it back out behind you. This time, placing that right foot down in between your hands. And we're going to inhale, lifting back up into our high lunge. As we exhale, we're going to drop your left heel down. Take the right hand forwards, left hand back into your warrior two. Now your right knee is going straight forwards. Have a little look at your mat. Use that mat to make sure your right leg is nice and straight. We're reaching out through the arms. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Keep that bend in the leg. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, taking the right elbow down to your right thigh. And we're going to reach towards the front with that left arm. So roll that left shoulder back like we did in the warm-up, looking underneath that left arm up to the ceiling. If you want to make it more challenging, you take this arm away from that right leg, reach forwards, working a bit more on those obliques. Keep breathing, keep that bend in the right leg. Well done. On an inhale, we're going to lift back up into your warrior two. This time as we exhale, we're going to take your right hand down, placing on the inner side of your right foot with that left arm lifted up to the ceiling. And again, we're looking up to the left hand if it's comfortable to do so. If it's not, if it hurts your neck, look down towards that right foot. On an inhale, we're going to lift back up into your warrior two. As we exhale, we're going to cartwheel those hands down. Frame your right foot, lifting up off your left heel. Keep the left hand where it is. And we're going to inhale, lifting that right arm up. We're going to exhale, take it down, step back into plank. Inhale through the nose as you exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, untuck those toes. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, tuck those toes under. Let's go the opposite side this time. So inhale, lifting that left leg up. As we exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, kicking it back out behind you. And again, exhale through. Inhale, kicking it back out behind you. Placing that left foot down in between your hands. And on an inhale, we're going to lift back up into your high lunge. As we exhale, drop that right heel down, taking that left arm forwards into your warrior two. Roll those shoulders back. Looking towards the left fingertip, that left knee is going forwards. Use the edge of your mat, make sure that left thigh is nice and straight. Inhale through the nose as we exhale, left elbow down. Reaching forwards with that right arm, roll that right shoulder back and looking up to the ceiling. And again, if you want to make it more challenging, let's take that left elbow away. Keep the bend, keep leaning, keep rolling that right shoulder back, and keep breathing. Inhale, lifting back up into warrior two. Exhale, taking that left hand down, placing on the inner side of your left foot, looking up to that right hand. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into warrior two. We're going to exhale, cartwheeling those hands down, frame your left foot, lifting up off your right heel, and then inhale, lifting that left arm up. Exhale, bringing it down. We're going to step back into plank. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest. The option, if you are comfortable, obviously, with yoga and it's in your practice, is to do your chaturanga. So you keep the elbows tucked into the bottom, nice and controlled here, coming all the way down to the mat. And then we lift up into upward dog. If you're not too comfortable or familiar with that, maybe leave that out of your practice for now. We're going to take the arms down the side of the body this time. On an inhale, keep the feet pressed down, push the hips down. We're going to lift those arms up as if someone's pulling on the hands. We're going to engage the shoulders, draw the shoulder blades together, and then we're going to try and lift the chest up off the mat. Now keep breathing. Imagine someone's pulling on these arms. We want to try and lift a little bit higher. We're going to inhale through the nose, and we're going to exhale, come down. Go back into that again. Looking forwards on an inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, lifting those arms, lifting the chest. And if it feels comfortable in the lower back, we're going to engage the glutes, engage the thighs, point your toes. And we're going to try and lift the legs up as well. If you've got the legs lifted, if the thighs are lifted, bring the legs closer together. Keep holding it, keep breathing, don't be tempted to hold your breath. We're going to inhale through the nose. And we're going to exhale coming down. Well done, everyone. We're going to reach your hands forwards this time. We're going to place the forehead down. On your first two, we're going to just try and lift the arms up, push the feet down, push the head down. So taking the forehead down onto your mat, on an inhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and try and lift those arms up. So taking the forehead down, I don't know whether you'll be able to hear me doing this, probably not. Head down, reaching forwards, we're going to inhale, lift. Exhale down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. On the next one, we're going to lift the arms, and if it's comfortable to do so, we're going to lift the head. We're going to lift those arms up on an inhale. Keep the feet pressed down. We're going to try and lift the arms and the head. Push those feet down. Keep breathing. Don't be tempted to hold your breath. We're going to try and lift a little higher. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to come down. Place the forehead back down. Maybe gently rocking the hips from side to side. On your next inhale, forehead down, lift the hands first. Then lift the head. If it's comfortable to do so, we're going to start pointing the toes and we're going to start lifting the legs as well. And again, if the legs are lifted, try and bring them closer together. The option, especially if you're on carpet at home, this is only an option, is to rock. Try and keep the tension in the body. Well done. That's so hard. Inhale through the nose, exhale coming down. Take those hands by the shoulders. We're going to counter stretch by going back into your child pose. Okay, from your child pose, making your way back up into tabletop. Let's tuck those toes under. The option is to hover the knees and shins off the mat. First of all, keep breathing. Keep those fingers spread out on the mat. Keep gripping down through those hands. Take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, lifting back up through the tailbone and downward facing dog. And the option is to just pedal those legs out. Just moving something off my mat. We're going to inhale, lifting that right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bending that knee into split dog. Inhale, straighten that right leg. As we exhale, hug that right knee back in towards the chest. And then place that right foot down between the hands. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into your high lunge. And we're going to exhale, taking it back into your warrior two. Now from here, we're going to straighten your right leg. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, take this back here, stick it to the back wall. Reach that right hand forwards. Now keep reaching, keep reaching. We're going to take that right hand down towards your right shin, and we're lifting up with that left arm. So we're into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now roll that left shoulder back and a nice line of energy all the way through the right arm, across the chest, up through that left arm to the fingertips. Try not to push too much weight down into that hand. If you want, you can just hover the hand, push that hand in, help it aid the rotation, opening up through the chest. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into your warrior two. We're going to straighten that right leg again. Turn the right foot now facing forward, so both feet are facing towards you on the camera. We're going to take the hands onto the hips. As we inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. We're going to look up to the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to go into a wide leg forwards fold. Now a slight bend in the knee is absolutely fine. We're going to take the hands down onto the mat and we're just going to shake the head out. Now try and keep up off the forearms and off the head for now. We're going to bend your right leg and we're going to walk your hands over to that right foot. Now we've got both arms on the inside of that right leg into Skandasana or side lunge. Now the option is to try and maybe lift that left toe up to the ceiling. Depending on how comfortable you are, you can stay in this position. Keep the hands down if you don't feel very sturdy. If you want to, you can bring the hands up into heart center. If you're still comfortable and you want to slightly take this further, maybe make it a bit more challenging, take the hands back down, keep this right arm in contact with the right leg, place the right hand down, and then we're going to inhale, lifting that left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing it down. We're going to swap sides, so pushing through that right leg, swapping over now to that left, walking the hands over, bending into the left leg. The option is to lift the toe on that right leg. You can stay with the hands down, or you can bring the hands back together at heart center.
If you want to take this stretch further, straighten that left arm, keep it in contact with your left leg, and we're going to inhale, lifting that right arm up. Exhale, back down. We're going to walk the hands back into the middle, going back into a wide leg forwards fold. Drop the head down. Now engage those legs, so squeeze the legs together, slight bend in the knee. We're going to inhale, coming back up into a standing position. Take the hands into the lower back. Inhale, a little counter stretch, you're looking up. Exhale, facing forward. Now we're going to swap sides. So taking that left foot forward, we're going back into warrior two, but with that left leg leading this time. Nice. Get that warrior two nice and grounded down through the mat. Both feet are pressed down, as if we're trying to rip that mat open. That left leg's going forwards, we're looking towards the left hand. We're going to straighten that left leg. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, stick that right hip back. We're going to take that left hand down towards the left shin, and we're going to look up towards that right hand. Now, if you don't feel sturdy in this position, bring that back leg in slightly. Bring the legs closer together. And the option is to take this hand maybe onto a block or onto a couple of books at home. We're looking up to that right hand. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into your warrior two. And we're going to straighten that left leg again, turning that left foot to the right hand side. So we're back into our wide leg forwards fold. Now take the hands behind you this time. So take the hands, interlock the hands, inhale, we're going to draw those arms down, looking up. And then as you exhale, we're going to go into a wide leg forwards fold. But we're going to bring the hands with you, shake that head out. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the neck. Now we're going to release the hands, taking them down onto the floor. If you're comfortable, open those legs a little bit wider. And we're going to take your right hand over towards your left ankle or foot. Now from here, depending on your mobility, you can slightly bend the knees, keep that right elbow where it is. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to try and drop that right elbow or forearm down onto the mat. And we're going to inhale, lifting that left arm up. Now hold on to this foot and pull. It helps with the twist. We're looking towards that left hand. Take a nice deep breath in as we exhale, bringing that hand down. And we're going to swap sides, so taking that left hand over towards that right leg. Stay up off the elbow if you want to, or drop it down. And we're going to inhale, lifting that left arm back up, looking up to the ceiling. Lifting the right arm, I do apologise. Bringing that hand back down. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come down onto the forearms if you want to. You can come onto the top of the head if you want to. If headstands are within your practice, feel free to have a little go. I will be doing a headstands workshop online, so if it's not in your practice, don't try them now. I don't want you to be put off for life. Now if you're down on the head or the forearms, start making your way back up onto the hands. If you've opened the legs wider, heel toe the feet back in, soften the knees, we're going to engage those legs. Inhale, lift. Take the hands onto the lower back. We're going to gently lifting back up, looking up to the ceiling. And then we're going to take it back into warrior two with that right leg bent, looking towards the hands on that right fingertips. Looking towards the hand, looking towards your right fingertips. Inhale through the nose, exhale, taking those hands back down, stepping back into plank. Inhale through the nose, exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, or hold the body down. We're going to inhale, lifting into upward dog or cobra. And exhale, making your way back into downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, we're just going to walk your hands towards the feet. We're going to gently shake the head. I'm going to take the hands to the knees. We're going to inhale, looking halfway. Exhale, back into your forwards fold. Now, depending on your range in a forwards fold, it's absolutely fine to have a little bend in the knees. We're just trying to work on strengthening and stretching through the back of the hamstrings. So we want the weight to be forwards into the balls of the feet. Now, I personally prefer to bend the knees slightly, take the hands forwards and rock forwards onto it. And then start lifting up through the tailbone. So then start bringing my head back towards the legs. We're going to inhale, looking forwards again. And exhale, back down towards those legs. We're going to soften the knees, and as we inhale, we're going to start lifting up, and we're going to go into our chair pose. Everybody's favourite, says nobody. We're going to lift the arms, we're going to bend the legs, and imagine we're sitting down on that imaginary chair. Now with this tailbone, be careful you don't Stick it out. We're not twerking, we're yoga-ing. So push the tailbone nice and straight through the spine. Keep bending. We'll go a little bit deeper. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring the hands down. We're going to go a little bit deeper into this. Keep breathing. Inhale through the nose as you exhale. We're going to straighten the legs back into forwards fold. So take the hands back down. Maybe gently even rocking from left to right. One more time. Soften those knees. We're going to inhale, lifting back up into chair pose. Tuck the tailbone under. And we're looking up to the hands if it's comfortable to do so. Inhale through the nose. Go a little bit deeper as we exhale. Nice and slowly, we're going to stand on the way up. We're going to take the arms to the side of the body. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. And out through the mouth. Well done, everyone. We're going to bring the hands together at heart center. So we're going to work on a couple of balances. We're not going to do anything particularly difficult. Balances are really hard anyway. Try and focus on something that's not moving and just take them at your own time. Keep remembering to breathe. Don't hold your breath, it makes it 10 times harder. Okay, so I think I'm going to face you for these. So we're going to start by bringing the hands together at heart center. Push the hands together if you start feeling yourself wobble from side to side. And we're going to bring your right leg up in front. So I'm going to bring that right knee up in front of me. I'm going to flex the foot. And I'm going to take the right knee out to the right hand side. Bring the leg back into the center. Flex that right foot. I'm going to kick it out towards you. So kick it out in front of you. If you want to be a little bit mean to yourself, try and lift the leg a little bit higher. I'm going to bend that right leg. We're going to take it back out to the right hand side. When you're ready, we're going to try and straighten that right leg. Bring that right leg back in, bringing it back into the center. And then from here, we're still on that right leg. I know I'm moving around my mat like a lunatic. We're going to kick the right leg out behind you. And we're going to go into warrior three. Now warrior three, kick the heel to the back of the room, turn this hip down. We don't want the hip open like half moon, we want both hips facing down, hands together. If you're comfortable, we're going to take the arms to the side of the body. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the hands back together. We're going to try and lift that right leg back up in front of you. And take it back down. Well done. I hope nobody fell over. Let's try the other side. So hands together at heart center. Let's lift that left knee up this time. Flex that left foot. Take the left knee out to the left hand side. Bringing it back into the center. Flex your left foot. Kick that left leg out in front of you. If you want to try and lift that leg a little bit higher. Ooh. You're going to bend your left leg, take the left leg out to the side, and then try and straighten that left leg out to the side. My left leg is not happy today. Bend that leg, bring it back into the center, and then we're going to kick that left leg out behind you, back into warrior three. Keep that left hip turned down. Push your hands together if you're wobbling around like me. And then we're going to take the arms to the side of the body, and we're looking down to your mat. Inhale through the nose. As we exhale, bring the hands back together. We're going to try and lift that left knee back up. Woo. And then place it back down. Give the legs a little bit of shape. Well done, everyone. Take the feet a little bit wider. We're going to inhale through the nose, bring the hands together. As we exhale, we're going to come down into your yogi squat. Now, your yogi squat. So depending on your range in this position, we're pushing the tailbone down and we're lifting up through the chest. Now, if you're comfortable here, bring the elbows onto the inner side of the knees, take the hands together. If you, like me, have got a bit of a distance between those hands, take the hands into fists. Want to get a bit deeper into that stretch, lift up through the chest and push the tailbone down. Well done. We're going to take the arms forwards, so taking the elbows away from the body, and we're going to try and lift up slightly. So pushing the knees outwards, we're going to lift. You lift about 1 inch, 2 inches. Keep breathing, keep the tension in the body. This is great for the glutes, great for the back of the thighs. Keep going, inhale through the nose. Exhale, coming down. Take the hands. Just coming down.
down into a seated position down on your mat. Okay. Let's do a little bit of ab work, my favourite. I'm sure all my classes would agree. Okay, so place the feet down. We want the same distance between your knees as you've got between the feet. Have a little look down. We're going to take the hands behind us, fingertips facing towards your body. Now on an inhale, we're going to push through the feet and we're going to lift those hips up. So inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes. We're looking up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale down. Straight away, back into it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes, looking up. Maybe try and lift a little bit higher. Exhale, down. Now place your bum down and lift the feet up. We're going to go into your Namaslay, your boat pose. Now, you can keep the hands where they are, that's absolutely fine. If you want to work a little bit deeper, we're going to bring the arms to the side of the body. If you want to make it more challenging, you can straighten the legs. Now from here, we're going to inhale through the nose. As we exhale, nice and slowly, we're going to try and straighten the body out and we're going to hover down towards the mat. Keep the arms down the side of the body and on an inhale, when you're ready, we're going to try and lift back up into boat pose. Let's try it again. Inhale through the nose, exhale nice and slowly. Try and control coming down. And then we're going to try and inhale, lift back up. Well done. Let's do one more. Inhale through the nose as we exhale. If you want to make it more challenging, take the arms up overhead and we're going to hold it. If you're anything like me, your body is shaking uncontrollably. And on an inhale, lift back up. Well done everyone. We're going to straighten the legs in front of you, flex the feet. We're going to inhale, take those arms up. And exhale, nice and straight, all the way down towards the legs. Now, slight bend in the knee is absolutely fine. We're trying to get the chest down towards the legs rather than the forehead. So be careful you're not just stretching out the back of your neck. We want to reach forwards, depending on your range. Take the hands into the shins or ankles, elbows out, and use your grip to pull down. If you're a little bit more mobile in this position, take the hands around the feet. So you can either take them over the top, take those toes to the creases of the wrist, keep those feet flexed. I know it doesn't feel very comfortable. Elbows out. We inhale, lift. Exhale, try and go a little bit deeper. We're going to inhale, taking those arms back up to the ceiling. As we exhale, taking them back behind us again, so fingertips facing towards your body. On an inhale, we're going to now try and go into your reverse plank. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips up, push the feet down. Try and get the feet flat, and we're looking up to the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Keep breathing, don't be tempted to hold your breath. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, drop the bum down. Flex your feet. Inhale, lift those arms back up. And exhale, back into a forward fold position. And inhale, lift. And as we exhale, nice and slowly, coming down all the way onto your mat. And taking the arms up overhead into a nice full body stretch. Maybe even, again, rocking those hips from left to right. And then from here, we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest. Take the hands on top of the knees, take the knees apart, and we're rocking from left to right. We're going to bend the legs, facing the feet down. Bring the feet as close to your bum as you can. Taking the arms on the side of the body, palms facing down. On an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Now on the final one, the option is to hold it. Don't hold your breath. We're going to inhale, lift. Now depending on how you feel here, the option is to come down to the mat. If you're comfortable, take those hands, interlock them underneath you. Roll the shoulder blades together. So we're rolling the shoulder blades together. You should feel you get a bit more lift. I've probably now got 4 double chins. Delightful. If you are comfortable here, another option is to walk the feet in closer, lifting up onto your tiptoes. You get a much deeper stretch. Really engage those glutes and try and stop the knees from flaring outwards. If you've got the hands interlinked, gently release. Inhale through the nose as you exhale, coming down onto your mat. We're going to hug both knees back into the chest, take the knees apart, and we're rocking from left to right again. And then lifting the feet up towards the ceiling. We're going to go into your Ananda Balasana, which is happy baby pose. So we've got the legs bent and we're lifting the feet up. Now these are still bent. We want them as wide as possible without the tailbone lifting up off your mat. So push the lower back down, take the legs wide and bend them. We're now going to reach for the feet or the ankle, and we're going to draw those knees into the back of the arms. Just be aware of the lower back. We're not here stretching. I don't even know what this bit is, stretching apart from your neck. We're pushing the feet down, pushing the tailbone down, sorry. If the lower back is in contact with the mat, you should find it a nice comforting position. Just gently rock from left to right. And then we're going to place the feet down on the width of your mat, take the arms to the side of the body, and we're just going to gently rock your knees from left to right. We're going to straighten that left leg down, and we're going to hug that right knee in towards the chest. Taking both hands on top of that right knee for now. And then we're going to straighten that right leg up to the ceiling. You can either take the hands behind that thigh, depending on how you feel in this position. If you are a little bit more mobile, I would take the hands up to the ankles, elbows out, and the option is to lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. And just encourage that leg to come down. So we're inhaling through the nose, and every time you exhale, maybe trying to get that leg a little bit deeper. You can flex that right foot if you want to be really lean on that hamstring. Well done, everyone. Keep breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, gently taking the head and shoulders back down. We're going to bend that right leg, taking the hands back on top of that right knee. Keep the left hand where it is. We're going to take that right hand out to the side of you, palm facing down. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, take the right knee over to the left hand side. And then we're looking out towards that right hand. Now keep that shoulder down, this shoulder, the right shoulder. If you find that shoulders come up and you've rolled down onto that knee, you need to come back. We've got to keep that shoulder down. This is your range. If it's here, that's absolutely fine. Just keep that right shoulder down, looking out towards the right hand. Bring that right knee back into the center, hug it back into the chest. And taking that right leg back down onto the mat. Let's swap sides to hug that left knee in this time. We're going to straighten that left leg up to the ceiling, taking the hands behind your left thigh, or walking them up to the ankle. You can bring the head up off the mat, elbows wide. You can flex the foot. Inhale through the nose, and with every exhale, maybe try and straighten that leg a little bit more. Ooh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, coming back down onto your mat. Bend that left leg, hug that left knee back in. And then keep the right hand where it is. Take the left hand out to the side of your palm facing up. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, take the left knee over to the right. And we're looking out towards your left hand. Again, keeping this left shoulder down on the mat. Bringing that left leg back into the center, hugging it back into the chest. And then bringing the right knee in. Keep the knees together, but move them slightly further away from your body. So we've got a nice right angle between the knees and a nice right angle between the hips. Take the arms out to the side, and we're just going to gently rock the knees from left to right. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, take the feet down onto the mat and allow the knees to drop open. We're going to take the arms down the side of the body, palms facing upwards. Now if you're at home and you've got loads of lights on like I have a spotlight directly above my head. Turn the lights off, or maybe put a little cushion or something over your eyes. Keep the arms at the side of the body, palms facing up, keep the eyes closed. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. And then exhale through the nose, drawing the navel to spine. And again, inhaling through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. And exhale through the nose, drawing the navel towards your spine. Inhale through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. And on your next exhale, we're going to straighten the legs. Now feel free to take the legs as wide as you feel comfortable, maybe taking them off the mat to the side. We've still got the arms down the side of the body. Palms are facing up. We've got those eyes closed. On your next inhale, you're going to try and create as much tension in the body as you can. Now that's clenching your hands, your glutes, your thighs, your toes, your face, anything. Inhale through the nose, create as much tension in the body as you can. We're going to hold it. Breathe out and release. And again, nice deep breath in through the nose. We're going to hold it, tense as much as you can. Breathe out and release. One more. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Create as much tension in the body as you can. And breathe out and release. Well done, everybody. Just using the last couple of breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the tummy with air. And exhale through the nose, drawing the navel to spine. I'm going to wriggle the toes, wriggle the fingers, gently rocking the head from left to right. And then when you're ready, we're going to hug both knees back into the chest. Keep the knees together, take the hands around the knees, maybe gently rocking from left to right. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift up or rock up into a seated position. I'm going to cross the legs, take the hands up towards the knees, forefinger and thumb together, either palms lifted or the palms facing down. And keep the eyes closed if you want to. I'm just going to roll the shoulders back. Now we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. We're going to exhale through the mouth. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Bring the hands together at heart center into prayer. And we're going to exhale, gently bowing forwards to one another. Namaste, everyone.